Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is Holden Blaze, and today we're going to be talking about KASPA hitting a fresh all-time high. As many of you know, I am quite bullish on KASPA cryptocurrency, and we actually called out this KASPA move in our last video. See, I was pointing out the fact that every 100 days, KASPA goes on this mini cycle event where it breaks to a new all-time high, gets rejected, and then consolidates before eventually going into this next cycle. For the past 300 days, KASPA has been following this exact pattern. Every time we enter into a new mini cycle, we break through all-time highs, get rejected and fall back down, and eventually recover back to those prices before hitting fresh all-time highs in the next cycle. We've seen this play out time and time again, and recently it played out to a T. I was calling this out as we were consolidating around 10 cents on KASPA. I was saying we do not have that much time left. Once we enter this new period, we should expect KASPA to hit a new all-time high, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're currently around 18 cents, and I personally see us having a little bit more upside. I would not be surprised at all if we push all the way to 20 cents or 21 cents before getting rejected and having us consolidate around 15 cents. We have to note that since we have entered into this new cycle, while we should expect a little bit more upside, eventually we will top out and there will be a period of time where KASPA just trades down and sideways. I'm personally predicting that by the end of February, we will have been topped out for this mini cycle of KASPA and will likely consolidate until mid-May when we reach a brand new all-time high. Now, of course, this pattern does not have to play out, but given the fact it just played out perfectly again, I wanted to make this video to highlight the fact that KASPA is going on these mini cycle patterns, and we can use them to predict the future price action of KASPA. Now, of course, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. You should always do your own research before investing into any cryptocurrency. However, being a KASPA holder, I'm absolutely loving this price action. If we look on the KASPA Twitter, there really hasn't been any major updates, no major centralized exchange listings. However, despite that fact, KASPA keeps pumping, reaching a market cap above $4 billion. This is quite sizable, and we are officially a mid cap, and I personally think that we still have a long ways to go. If we look at the list of top cryptocurrencies by market cap, KASPA recently flipped Ethereum Classic, Filecoin, and Hedera. I think KASPA is easily better than all of these projects, and honestly better than a lot of these projects above it. If we scroll up, we need to note that Dogecoin is currently sitting at a market cap around $13 million, which is over 3x the size of KASPA. You and me both know how much better KASPA is compared to Dogecoin, and so I honestly think KASPA can climb the ranks of these cryptocurrencies until reaching the top 10. I think once it hits the top 10, it's going to be a lot harder to jump different cryptocurrencies. But if I'm being completely honest, Solana is the only cryptocurrency I could see KASPA not flipping this bull market. I think KASPA is light years better than XRP. I think it's better than Cardano, and obviously better than something like Dogecoin. To be completely honest, I actually see it better than Ethereum as well. However, I do think it's a bit unrealistic to expect KASPA to flip Ethereum this bull market. We have to note that Ethereum currently has a massive market cap at roughly $250 billion. And I just don't see that type of money flowing into KASPA this cycle. I think by 2029, we could easily see a market cap of KASPA hovering in the hundreds of billions of dollars. However, we need to note that even to catch up to Solana, we still need to do a 10x in price. We should also note that by the time KASPA does that 10x in price to reach the market cap of Solana, Solana will probably have done a 2 or 3x from here, making that market cap just that much higher. I personally think that KASPA is right on track to hit $100 million in market cap this cycle, which is still over a 20x from these levels. That would put the price of KASPA between $3 and $4, and while I do think that's somewhat optimistic, I personally think it's completely realistic. I think at the very low end, KASPA will hit $2, and I personally am betting it's going to hit over $3. I think it has the ability to follow a very similar trajectory to Cardano last cycle. We saw Cardano go from the pennies all the way up to $1.30, consolidate for a period of time, and then spike all the way up to $2.30, and eventually $3 before topping out. I think KASPA will see a ton of volatility this coming bull market, and we will likely see huge crashes followed by huge rips to the upside. It's going to be very hard to time the top of KASPA, and with that, I personally do not think you should be eyeing $4 to sell your KASPA. I think it's much safer to sell right below $3 or right below $4 if you are trying to exit KASPA, because at that point you would have caught a ton of multipliers on your investment, and you don't want to hold the risk of holding this cryptocurrency too long. In the peaks of the bull market, we will see all of the Caspians telling you to hodl your KASPA for dear life. This is going to be the next Ethereum. Don't sell your KASPA. All of this nonsense will be blasted onto your YouTube algorithm, and I highly recommend taking profits this bull market. KASPA is one of the few projects I actually have faith in headed into 2029. A lot of other projects I only look for this cycle and don't even look 2 cycles in the future because I know I want to sell it come the bull market. However, KASPA definitely has the potential to be a top 3 crypto, and so if you don't sell it, that's completely fine. I think you'll still make a ton of money in the long run. However, I personally am going to try to sell near the top, wait for the bear market to come, and then buy back into KASPA with more money than I could have otherwise. It is a very risky game trying to time the market. However, I personally think we don't have to worry about that for some time. We haven't even gone through the Bitcoin halving, and KASPA still isn't in the top 10. I don't think anyone should be selling their KASPA right now, even if you got in dirt cheap. I think there's so many more multipliers to be had with KASPA that I have not sold any of my initial holdings. In fact, I don't plan to sell any of my KASPA until it hits $1 minimum. At that point, I will consider taking out my initial investment. However, I can tell you that I hope to sell the majority of my KASPA bag between $2 and $5. I would not be fooled by all the people telling you that KASPA is going to $10. I think this is a possibility. However, I would personally put that possibility at like a 5% chance of happening, and I am personally not willing to risk all that money on a 5% chance. I think it's very smart to take profits this coming bull market so you can buy back into this market even heavier come the bear market. The bear market will come, and we are entering a phase in the Bitcoin cycle where all the news you see is about to switch bullish. However, you need to know how important it is to take profits when the right time comes. I just want to personally say that I don't think that time is even close to coming for KASPA. I'm personally going to continue to ride this train up, and I will accumulate if prices dip low enough. With that being said, I hope you found some value in this KASPA update. Comment your price predictions for KASPA in the comments below, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace out.